Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and sports fans of all ages, broadcasting
like the lawsuit part of it.
It's time for a great afternoon.
Okay.
Entertainment talk. Get ready for in-depth discussions on everything from the court to the field, mixed with the business and culture that orbit the sports world. Whether it's the latest blockbuster trade or the societal impact of sports. 2 Men On, with your hosts, Van Nunley and Fred Slow, with producer Isaiah Johnson on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
It's Wednesday, Albuquerque. Your boys are Rio Bravo. Let's go.
Wait. It's not Taco Tuesday at Rio Bravo. I don't understand.
You know what that means.
So we got barbecue today instead of tacos. That means.
They do barbecue on Wednesday. It's barbecue they started on Tuesday. If that makes you feel any better.
Slow smoked overnight, served to you fresh on Wednesday, baby. Let's go.
I don't even know what it is. It's a meat. I can tell you that.
I can still smell it cooking from yesterday.
Yes. So
smells delicious.
Come down to Rio Bravo.
We'll figure out which one it is pretty soon.
We are here till 6:15. Isaiah Johnson back at the studio. Isaiah, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So here's what's up in the world, boys. The Olympics, all the athletes are there now.
Yes.
The opening ceremonies, they start on Friday. There's a world going on with that. It's just going to be a very good, hopefully safe, hopefully warm start. And it is as excited as I've been for anything this summer. And then I blinked and I said, actually, NFL football starts next week.
Yeah, for sure. Olympics, I hope you're okay with the silver medal. Because NFL's still king, even in an Olympic year.
Watch preseason football outrate anything else up against it next Thursday. That is going to happen.
Preseason football will beat Team USA basketball in the race.
Yeah. And basketball this year will be the best one ever. This will be the best Olympic basketball in the history of basketball this year.
Yeah, dude, I saw a cool little comparison of the Dream Team versus the Avengers this year. The Dream Team played 9 NBA players in the whole Olympic tournament. The Avengers are going to have to play 60.
Isn't that crazy?
It's a little bit better competition this go-around.
Well, and speaking of the NBA, that's how we lead off today. So we've talked about this at length. It goes back to the beginning of the year. We've talked about the streaming deals. I personally have big issue with taking games off of cable television. If we were doing radio in the 90s, I'd have a problem with taking games off broadcast television.
Right.
And I'm sure I will have problem with whatever the next incarnation of entertainment is. But today, the NBA announced the renewal of its partnership with the Walt Disney Company, a new agreement with NBC Universal and Amazon, under which ABC, ESPN, NBC Peacock, and Prime Video will telecast NBA games beginning with the 25-26 season, and that runs for 10 years. End of an era with basketball on TNT, end of an era with basketball in their relationship to Warner Brothers Discovery. And I guess Warner Brothers Discovery, not I guess, I know this, they had a chance to match the deal because they were claiming a right of first refusal, which I don't think I heard the NBA say was factual, but they were claiming it. And then the NBA says they didn't match, so we gone.
Yeah, I mean, this is all, in my humble opinion, this is all media spin by Warner Brothers Discovery and the people at TNT that didn't step up earlier, right when the deal was being talked about, and be like, whatever you got, we'll match it. Like, whatever they say is their new number, we'll match it.
They give them the Saquon treatment.
Oh, so they're going to say this like 2 days before the ink dries on the contract, like, but we want it now.
Yeah.
Too little, too late, Warner bro.
There's traditionally in right of first refusal, there's traditionally like a 30 to 90 day.
Yeah.
Can you get your ducks in a row? Can you figure out whatever you need to do to figure it out? I guess. And by the way, Time Warner Discovery not struggling, so let's not pretend.
Oh yeah. They're going to be just.
They're going to be fine. But let's not pretend. So which Time Warner Discovery owns TNT, they are going to flip the switch. They're going to strike that, reverse it. They're going to swing machine.
No, give them the old Missy treatment.
That's what they're going to do. And now they're going to claim, well, legally, we thought we had this. Maybe they have it on paper, maybe they don't.
Yeah.
I have not seen a document that says they have that.
Right.
I don't know that to exist.
Sure.
But they're claiming it.
To save face, they have to say it.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine having that not be language in your contract? Can you imagine that not being a language that you have the right of first refusal if they try to pull that product from you? Now, obviously, there would be measurables. Obviously, there would be this amount of ratings or this amount of money invested in production or this amount of money in talent on the set, all those kind of things that you can, put a number to. But it's done. It's over. There's no ease of access anymore to the NBA. There's no ease of access. I don't have to watch weird games of the week being shoved down my throat by TNT, which, by the way, I didn't super hate or love, but it was nice that it was always there. It's going to be every single game. They're going to be available via streaming, and I think to me it's going to feel a lot like an NFL ticket package kind of thing.
I mean, I would like to see like some actual metrics done on how many people watch the TNT broadcast exclusively for Chuck and Shaq and didn't care what kind of game was played at all.
I don't think it's as big as I think a lot of people think.
I don't think it's as big as Instagram clips want us to believe, or shared TikToks want us to believe, or YouTube stories want us to believe. Basketball's basketball, and with this new contract, people are going to get more ease of access.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't believe it.
It's going to be so many channels. You whatever week of the night that you want to watch basketball, you're going to have that option.
Here's how TNT can get ratings. They can run a still screen that says what streaming service the games are on. And I will go to TNT to see which streaming service I have to download, install on whatever device, figure out what my shared password login is, then two-part authenticate via text message, and get into the thing 10 to 12 minutes late.
Also, if you're probably savvy on the computer or as young as Zay, you probably know ways to watch it any way you want with internet access.
If we're talking about that audience, maybe Zay, you can jump in here. Do you feel like if you're that type of audience that finds your own means, does losing those personalities affect the tune-in rate? Like, do you care about that?
No, honestly, nowadays, if guys are that interested in seeing like content from specific people, like we said earlier on a different show, they'll just have their own platform. So like I'm sure there'll still be ways to watch Chuck and Shaq if that's what people are wanting to watch. But no, like you guys also said, I mean, like Stream East is the go-to for everybody for like all sports. I haven't paid for a fight in years, and I've seen every single one. Now it's crashed at the main event a couple times, so that makes you want to pay for the pay-per-view. But I think even LeBron was using Stream East. There was like pictures of him using it. Yeah,
not an official endorsement by Two Men On or the Sports Animal.
Yes,
but we're not dumb enough to not know what's going on in the world of how people watch sports.
Hold up, I might be, because I've never Isaiah give me the title, but I've never used it. I don't know what that is. Now, also, I very much prefer like a big boxing or a big MMA. Like I don't have to watch it live in the moment. I can watch whatever Twitter or Reddit gives me, 45 minutes after. Like I'm okay with that because I don't have that passion.
Yeah.
But with NBA, you want to watch the big one with the boys.
Sure.
You want to watch the holiday games, and which, by the way, the NFL is just murdering them.
Sorry, guys.
Like,
yeah.
The NFL don't care about you. Like, it's not this handshake understanding that it was historically. But I don't think
it wouldn't surprise me if the NFL like tried to impede on the baseball season somehow. Just like, hey, during the All-Star break, we're going to have one special showcase game with all the draft picks or something, like just to shove it in the MLB's face too.
Well, NFL's already doing it, brother. Yeah. Like I'm looking at here. Hold on, I'm pulling it up. I need 1 second. Just fill for 1 second, and here we go.
I think the NFL draft pretty much takes away from a lot of baseball season.
Oh, I agree completely.
Oh, sure.
I'm looking at the August 1st games for baseball. All right, here we go. Thursday, August 1st. 0 people. There's NFL football. 0. There is preseason football next Thursday.
Yeah.
0 people will watch the Royals and the Tigers.
The starters won't even play till September.
The Orioles.
You're watching the third string. The third string of 2 teams you probably don't care about. You'll still watch that more likely than you will MLB on a Thursday.
The entire Thursday lineup. Royals and Tigers, nope. Orioles and Cleveland Commanders, nope. Marlins and Braves, nope. Rockies and Angels, definitely nope.
No, definitely. They're gone.
And there is a very good rivalry baseball game. What I would argue is the second best rivalry game in all of baseball. The Cubs and the Cardinals are playing that day, and still, no one will watch it over preseason football.
The same person who was going to watch it anyways is going to watch it. Not even up against the NFL. Every casual sports fan will be like, oh, my God, NFL's back. What channel is it on? How do I stream this?
And I'll watch the Cubs Cardinals tomorrow.
People be asking Isaiah, what's your link to that unnamed website?
Isaiah
enough already.
Isaiah does like speakeasies do in his Instagram, and he upstates it every day, but you have to follow him so you can see the bio.
Yeah, so genius.
So he just builds bios out.
Well, the worst thing about Stream East is they're always like 30 seconds back. So if you are on social media, a lot of times you'll miss everything. You'll know it happened.
I feel like that's true with like satellite and other stuff too. I feel like you can only get it on cable fast.
Have you ever been like at a sports bar when one TV is on the satellite and the other TV's on the direct cable and you're watching two different games at the same time?
We talked about this. We were at spring training last year. We were at spring training last year. And we're at Rockies Padres, and we're whatever. I mean, it's Rockies Padres. It's a fun night.
Yeah.
But it's also the night of the World Baseball Classic. And we're in the press box, and how many bodies are up there? Real number. 20?
20-ish?
20-ish.
Sure. Yeah.
20-ish people up there, and 20-ish people not watching the Rockies and the Padres.
Yeah.
They're watching Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout
Yep.
bat in the bottom of the ninth, Team USA versus Team Japan, two teammates going against each other. And because everyone, Isaiah, is streaming it on their phone, there's no concise moment of yippee or boo-hoo because they all get it at like different second increments.
Sure.
And it was ruined. The whole thing was ruined. It wasn't like in 2011 when me and 50 of my closest friends at a bar watched David Freeze in The Greatest Story Ever Told.
Yeah.
Like, it did not exist in that moment. We watched it more like dominoes falling across the room as people saw it. And it was like bad.
I mean, I was in the crowd. So, I mean, you were in the press box. I was in the crowd.
Oh,
It was the same ripple effect in the crowd. Luckily, I had my family there. It was a lovely, lovely evening.
They're very nice.
So it was like a ripple throughout the whole crowd because everyone had their phones in front of them or had their iPads in front of them or they had an AirPod in. And they were just like cheers intermittently, like in over a 30-second. Like some people started cheering first. I was like, nothing happened on the field. I was like, what happened in the World Baseball Classic? 5 seconds later, somebody airs chilled. I was like, oh, okay, well, they got better internet than the next people who start cheering. And it just goes for another minute.
Wild. And that's what I think this is going to end up being. And, you get 1 year. And we were talking about this off air. 2 years ago, Charles Barkley signed a 10-year deal with TNT. He's announced publicly that if this is the last year at TNT, this is his last year. And then I was listening to him on Beadle and Decker because I'm a Beadle and Decker fan. So he said on there, I've been in broadcasting longer than I was a player, and I've been around the basketball my whole life. He's like, I'm ready to just golf. Like he was like, I'm tired of taking questions about it. I'm that thing, but I promise you this: TNT will do a farewell tour for and that team of broadcasters, and they'll allow Kenny Smith to be there. They will do a last hurrah that has not been seen, I think, anywhere in entertainment.
Concur for a broadcast team, like knowing it's the end and not like choosing it's the end when it's too late. They're going to get all the best of all the compilations, all the funniest clips, and we're going to get bombarded by them all next year. But who's not to say in a year plus, whenever, they just decide to start their own production company and jump on with Peacock, jump on with NBC, jump on with Amazon.
Ernie Johnson said he's sticking around forever because he's been with TNT forever.
I mean, that's fine.
And TNT is hoping that like guys like Isaiah like tune in out of muscle memory in 2 years and just start watching the Lazarus Project or whatever. like it's not going to happen. Like it's not the spot. Now, I think you're correct. Like, does Charles Barkley have so much fun in his final farewell, and he's getting just all the clout off everyone and all the rub off everyone, and it's the best time of his life, and he decides to do the It's Terrible podcast. Yeah, sure. Maybe.
Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, him and Shaq, like if they stay together as a team, whatever they do next, it's going to be a hit.
I mean, if you look at Shannon and Ocho right now, they have that nightcap thing, and at first it started out with just football, and now Shannon has gotten to the point where he brings Gilbert Arenas on for the basketball, and he just has Ocho for the football. But like every night when there's like a big game or something happens, you open YouTube and boom, you see nightcaps getting ready to go live, and they have all the viewers and all the momentum from the game like funnels to their YouTube. So I think they could do that.
I get in a weird spot with like that formula. Because Chad Ochocinco is a bad human being. Gilbert Arenas is a bad human being. I don't know if I understand the idea of like, and I don't know enough about Shannon Sharp to say he's a bad human being, but I don't think he is. He might be. I don't think he is. It's weird to me to be like, I think I'm going to hang out with these weird dudes because it'll draw numbers.
I think Shannon likes them.
Maybe he's weird.
Yeah, like legit likes them as people.
I don't think I think they're friends. They're close friends of his. Like,
as far as like big names, like they got that covered. But as far as like talented performers, like talented internet personalities, I think they're quite lacking. I think what they did special is they kind of cornered a market on the culture. Like the Cat Williams stuff is like, oh wait, we're not just going to do NFL and sports anymore. we can cross those lines.
Yeah.
Like this is like Joe Rogan for the culture now.
But problem I have with Gilbert, I don't think anyone in this country has the opinion that Gilbert Arenas had about South Sudan last week.
That was hard to listen to.
It was ignorant.
That was awful.
It's as ignorant as it gets.
Yeah, Gilbert is an idiot. I think Gilbert's more of like, it's like equivalent to Skip trying to bring Paul Pierce on the show. But I do think when it comes to when Shannon and Nocho, when they get to talking like barbershop talk, I think that's very entertaining.
Sure.
And just because of their football, I mean, Shannon was way more successful than Ocho. I think just because of, Ocho is still somewhat successful. I don't think he's Hall of Famer. I mean, Shannon told him straight to his face on that show he's not a Hall of Famer. But I think because of their football success, Ocho was like his gimmicks and his antics a lot of times had him in the spotlight. And then Shannon had the antics plus the Hall of Fame career. I think if you take Shaq and Chuck and they're both they're heavy personalities, I mean, they could maybe be bigger than Nightcap is. Cat definitely helped Nightcap out a lot, though.
Let's do this because we got to go to break.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Let's say thank you for this on right now. Come back, though. Talk about how the games are going to be laid out across all these different networks.
Sure.
And then I think it might be fun if we did today's I-9 Varsity. The I-9 Varsity, it won't be this segment. It'll be after. The I-9 Varsity of dudes you would partner with Chuck and Shaq on their nightcaps. Is it called Nightcap? Isaiah, I'm sorry, I've never watched it.
Well, Shannon and Ocho is Nightcap.
Okay, so who do you want to host?
Yeah.
The after game show with Shaq and Chuck. That's a good I-9 Varsity.
I like it.
We're live from Rio Bravo Brewery. Come hang out with your boys. We're here till 6:15 on air, and then we're here all night because why not?
Sure.
Why not?
I could have one.
2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to Rio Bravo Brewery. I'm going to drink a bunch of Teller.
Good idea.
That's my plan.
Good idea.
I'm in like a hot toddy mood. I have like a throat thing going on.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. We'll have them warm up a Teller.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Instead of a Teller iced tea,
Yeah.
you can have a Teller toddy.
Oh, so smart, dude.
We just invented something amazing.
Yeah. Teller toddy.
Thanks to your scratchy throat,
Yeah.
we revolutionized the game.
I need a Teller toddy for my tickle.
Ooh, I love alliteration.
Thank you. Thanks. I should have just said thanks.
It's okay.
Yeah, worked it out. But I got the breakdown here, boys. So before the break, we were talking about obviously this deal with the NBA, and we're talking about the broadcast rights. Also, today's I9 Varsity will be the I9 Varsity of Dudes to partner with Chuck and Shaq post TNT. All right, here's some of the here's what's jumped out as interesting to me. ESPN will air 80 games. NBC Peacock gets 100 games. Amazon gets 66 games.
Okay.
ESPN now has the rights to launch a new NBA studio show. That's think like whip around coverage kind of stuff, kind of like Inside the NBA. Otherwise, ESPN coverage is basically what it was before, but they're airing 80 games instead of 100, like in the current deal. Cool?
It seems like more basketball. I could be wrong.
It's the same amount of games
that are aired. It sounds like more.
So, well, you know what? You're not wrong in that because without local deals, because with all those like Bally Sports used to be Fox Sports regionals, that could very well be true. Half of NBC and Peacock's playoff games are going to be exclusively on Peacock.
Which, if you have like a lot of things, they just give you Peacock. If you have like a Hulu, they'll just give you Peacock.
I think you can get Peacock with commercials no matter what.
Scott Isham at Isham Dental might be giving out Peacock subscriptions. I'm not sure.
Get your dentures
and get a Peacock subscription.
This one I'm reading quote for quote. NBC has, quote, 100 national games each regular season across NBC and Peacock, and approximately 50 Peacock exclusive national regular season and postseason NBA games, including national Monday night games and doubleheaders. Why are you trying to put anything up against the NFL?
Nice try. I mean, there's some people who are anti-NFL. I know this sounds crazy. There are sports fans out there who don't watch the NFL. Zay, I see you making that face on the internet. You're incorrect. Some people don't watch the NFL.
No, I agree with you. And I was going to say there's I mean, maybe for different reasons, but I have seen a lot of people who say they used to watch it a lot. And during the whole taking a knee during the anthem thing, there's a lot of people who like actually religiously are not interested in the NFL because of the way that whole thing was handled.
Shoot, I think those guys hate the NBA too.
Yeah, if you're in
that same
if
crowd.
you're in that mind state, you hate the NBA worse.
Yeah.
So, all right, every Tuesday night, NBC will telecast 2 games across NBC affiliate broadcast stations in different regions of the country. The first game will start at 8 Eastern, so what's that here, 6 o'clock? It'll be available on NBC across affiliate stations in the Eastern and Central time zone, so that's not here.
Okay.
The second game will start at 8 Pacific, so what's that, 6 o'clock here? No, 9 o'clock here. And will be available on NBC affiliate stations in the Pacific and the Mountain.
Okay.
So in theory, you're getting Tuesday night basketball. All Tuesday games will be available on Peacock nationally, and certain stations may choose to televise. Will KOB do that? Probably not.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume probably not. I don't know that, but I can't think of who would you get. You want the Lakers, but I don't know how it works regionally. Do you have to take the Suns? I bet you do. Or maybe the Nuggets.
Nuggies. Probably Nuggies would be default.
Maybe Dallas. Maybe San Antonio.
Probably Nuggies.
Probably the Nuggets.
Yeah.
I think.
Also, you could probably rotate in and out depending on who's playing, and you'll get some kind of Southwest or West Coast team every time.
More than 50 WNBA, so that's the weaker NBA.
Is that what the W stood for?
I'm not sure.
Wild.
Regular season and first round playoff games each season across USA Network, Peacock, and NBC. ESPN will also get, quote, extensive regular season, postseason WNBA game packages. So just think of like the Caitlin Clark package.
Sure.
Okay. God, this gets so much more in depth. ESPN gets the NBA draft plus the lottery and Christmas. NBC gets opening night, MLK Day. Is that a big day? Do they do premier matchups on that day?
Today I learned.
Yeah. The All-Star Game, USA Basketball, and Amazon gets the Emirates NBA Cup and the SoFi NBA Play-In Tournament.
Okay. SoFi Play-In Tournament is the best play-in in all of sports. That crushes.
Okay.
They're so good. What about the Emirates?
I don't know. The Emirates NBA
what?
Cup. Isaiah, have you ever heard of the Emirates NBA Cup?
Is that the
No.
mid-season tournament? Is that what they call it
Is
now?
that what that's called? That's a good question.
It's not called the LeBron James Cup?
Look that up,
That's not-
someone. I'll move forward.
Okay.
ESPN will get the conference finals in 10 of the 11 years, NBC in 6 of the 11 years, and Amazon in 6 of the 11 years. So obviously you won't get both of
It's
them.
the
You get
in-season
one
tournament.
Okay.
Yeah.
During the playoffs. ABC and ESPN will telecast approximately 18 games in the first 2 rounds of each year. That's depending upon how quickly you're eliminated.
Yeah.
And one of the 2 conference final series in 10 of the 11 years of the agreement. In the playoffs, NBC and or Peacock will telecast approximately 28 games in the first 2 rounds of the playoffs, with at least half of those games airing on NBC. In the playoffs, Prime Video will stream approximately 1/3 of the first, second round games each year. Do not tell me this is easier than what we currently have. Amazon is taking over NBA League Pass. Basically, it works out of this. Monday, Peacock doubleheaders. Tuesday, NBC regional coverage-ish. May or not be doubleheaders, depending on what they want to do. Wednesday, ESPN. That's the easiest one. Thursday, Amazon doubleheaders after football season. Friday, Amazon doubleheaders and an occasional ESPN broadcast. Saturday, Amazon in some afternoons, ABC at night. Sunday, ESPN some afternoons, probably after the football season. And then NBC on nights after the football season. What are we doing?
That's a lot.
It's not easier.
That's all of the games.
Oh, my God, dude.
Can you have Amazon, NBC, Peacock, ESPN? If you have all 4 of those, there's basketball on twice a day the whole season.
If you have,
is what it sounded like to me.
You have to have NBC, ABC, ESPN, Peacock, Amazon. You have to have those 5 things. And also you could have NBA League Pass, but you have to have Amazon to have that. So there's 6 options.
So if you have rabbit ears for like $10 at Walmart,
1 game a
you
month.
get 1/3 of them. you get like 1/3 of the games if you can just suck in NBC and ABC from the air.
Isaiah's grandma's going to call her and be like, help me.
Oh, Isaiah, I can't find my basketball.
Oh, my gosh. I'm wild annoyed.
All right. They left out the most important information possible.
Did they?
Is Round Ball Rock coming back? Is John Tesh's NBA on NBC theme coming back? Because that is goated. I don't care what Chuck and Shaq did to make the NBA games more entertaining pregame, postgame, and halftime. is the funkiest jam in the history of sports coming back?
There's too much
The
saxophone.
people
in the
want to
90s.
know.
Nobody wants.
When I say the people, I mean Van. I need this data now. Isaiah, bring us back to that song, please.
What is the name? What's Ian Eagle's kid's name? He's like 20.
Ian Jr.?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Noah. Is it Noah? Noah Eagle.
Sounds correct.
He's going to be the number one guy at NBC.
Talented dude.
Not saying he's not.
Talented dude.
Not saying he's not.
Needs more reps. But
That's what I'm saying.
if it's not Kevin Harlan, GTFO. The world needs more Kevin Harlan.
The budget is at Amazon to take the talent from TNT to rebuild the show. Showrunners, producers, directors, all those things.
But they don't have to do it all the time.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Because
Just
if
the showcase.
if ESPN's getting the whip around show,
yeah,
then you want ESPN to get those guys.
yeah.
What if TNT has a case here though? What if I feel like they wouldn't have put this statement out? It gives sore loser vibes if they don't actually think they have a case here.
Let's visit it. Let's do it when we get back. So do
Okay.
you have it in front of you?
Yeah, I do have their statement.
So Isaiah will give us the statement from TNT whenever we get back, and we will say sore loser
Mm-hmm.
or start drinking. Those
Okay.
are the only two.
I know my answer without any more data.
Let's tune it on. Live from Rio Bravo Brewery on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Mike's hot.
Watching some basketball and you're watching basketball on the NBC or Peacock.
I'm just waiting for Bob Costas' voice.
Welcome to the beautiful and historic LA Forum.
They have it on 2K still. It's definitely on 2K, just like that.
Can this upstart 1999 New York Knicks basketball team with an aspiring Larry Johnson overcome the Indiana Pacers, the number 1 seed in the first round? Will they be able to propel themselves to the conference finals against San Antonio?
Toronto Raptors rookie Vince Carter. They called him the next Michael Jordan.
This is when you see them all shooting in the layup line, their little jumpsuits.
Yeah. Speaking of little, Muggsy Bogues is a fan favorite here in Charlotte. The soles of his shoes not as big as the sole in the man.
The tearaways have came off of Mookie Blaylock, but not the scowl on his face.
Can you believe that NWO superstar Dennis Rodman is going to lead the Chicago Bulls to a 3rd NBA championship? The NBA in the 90s was built different.
For sure.
Also, our little John Tess ode to the 90s. That was your Islam Dental soundbite of the day. 505-881-0422, 3900 Eubank Boulevard Northeast. If you want to go see Scott in person, for your best bet is go to islamdentalabq.com. Get that exclusive offer, a free exam and x-ray, doing those dentures and doing it with all of your insurance providers, including Medicare A and B. Have Scott put the fingers that were in my mouth and Isaiah's mouth in your mouth. Let Scott Isham probe you.
Oh, fine. I will give Scott a call. I'll let him put his fingers in my mouth.
Thank you.
It's not fair that you guys have had Scott's fingers in your mouth and I haven't.
Scott fish hooked me.
Yeah?
Just
in public?
Yeah, give me the double fish hook. Yeah. So,
You mean in his dentist office that is obviously clean and sterile and with his washed hands with gloves on them.
Write down
not at Howie's sports page.
Write down this idea.
Okay.
I have an idea. Write this down.
Okay.
Open air dentist. Shade tree dentist.
Ooh.
Write that down.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
A little poke in the park.
All right, Isaiah. So you have the official boo-hoo statement from TNT.
Yes, I do.
All right, we're
so
ready.
the top of the letter, TNT Sports, their copyrighted logo.
Oh, okay.
We have matched the Amazon offer as we have a contractual right to do, and do not believe the NBA can reject it. In doing so, they are rejecting the many fans who continue to show their unwavering support for our best in-class coverage delivered through the full combined reach of WBD's video-first distribution platforms, including TNT, home to our 4-decade partnership with the league, and Max, our leading streaming service. We think they have grossly misinterpreted our contractual rights with respect to the 2025 and 2026 season and beyond, and we will take appropriate action. We look forward, however, to another great season of the NBA on TNT and Max, including our iconic Inside the NBA. End quote.
We got to see the offer.
Okay, that was well crafted.
Yeah.
They said they matched it. But that's all they said is they matched it.
Right.
Like, we're back in, we matched it.
But the NBA is
that was their statement.
The NBA is like, oh, sorry, you said you would do HD streams on Match. We're looking for 4K.
Sure.
It'll be something like that.
Oh, it better be 5K by then.
Dang, dude. I don't even know what K stands for.
That appropriate action, though. Those are the two words there that usually mean someone's got some heat on you.
Oh, that's not
legal
wrong.
action, action, or appropriate action. Those are the two key ones.
Well, they're threatening legal action. I mean,
that's exactly what it means.
That's pretty obvious. They're not like going to go to the casino with Chuck. Like, not that kind of action.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah.
I think they got nothing because they immediately bought Wimbledon, like right after this announcement came out months ago, and like they know what they're doing.
Right.
Like, you just got to look like you tried really hard.
They don't want to spend Amazon money on the NBA. They had to do this to save face. This is a public statement. This is a publicity stunt. I don't think Shaq and Charles want to do this for a whole nother year. Seriously, Shaq going to keep doing this? Like, He's in his 50s. Chuck's in his 60s. Like, they're just going to do this. Like, haven't we learned anything from this election? Like, get out while you're young.
This reminds
Quit
me of,
early.
this reminds me of like back in like high school when you're a sophomore and you get moved up and you're like super excited for football season to end, and they move you up to the playoffs. They move you to varsity for the playoffs, and you're just hoping the team loses so you can finally enjoy your break. And they just keep winning, and the coach is like full on trying his best to win, and like the sophomores in the back of their head are like, "Oh, let's just get this over with so we can go home after school, please."
Weird analogy, but it worked.
No, I think it's kind of perfect. Yeah. Also, that is like direct experience from you right there.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
I'm over here like that analogy didn't fall out of a coconut tree, but you guys are like, it's not that bad. I get it.
Yeah. It's another good reference.
It's in the mix.
Even junior year, we were like, sorry, seniors, but it's cold.
I get to see Chuck and Shaq off air. Shaq like, hey Chuck, thank God they didn't sign that contract. I just want to travel the world and DJ. I can't be doing this my whole life. I hate wearing a suit. It hurts my elbows. You know I got sensitive elbows, Chuck. I ain't trying to be some TNT broadcaster for the rest of my life.
TNT has been with the NBA over the course of 5 different decades for over 4 decades. The TNT is a legit landing spot for the NBA. But now they have all this coin.
Yeah.
If you remember, TNT was built on pro wrestling, brother. Let's put some of that coin into AEW.
Okay.
Let's up it a little bit. Let's get a competitor out there.
Important question. Where's AEW now?
I don't know where they are tonight. I would
Okay.
assume Indianapolis.
What television station?
They're on TNT.
Oh, they're already there?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
If you watch any games like I did, you would know because they run those AEW commercials every single break.
I only know where Duke City Championship Wrestling is. That's the only one I care about.
It's at the Rio Rancho Event Center, August the 31st. Locked in. Hobo Hank takes on Thunder in a steel cage.
That's going to be
Hey,
wild.
No spoiler here. Isaiah, I called Mick Foley today to ask him if he wanted to referee. So let's see what happens.
Like the Mick Foley?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Mankind, Mr. Sock.
I called him.
Socko.
I called him. I'm like, hey, brother, it's Front Slow, Duke City Championship Wrestling. You available on the 31st? He goes, I got to check my calendar. I said, because that would be sweet.
So Mankind's going to do one and Mick Foley's going to do another?
Oh, that's and Cactus Jack's going to do a third.
Yes. That's so sweet.
That's so sweet. Dude Love comes out and does a fourth. You're like, there's a lot going on here, Mick.
I didn't know those last two, but I tried so hard to dig a wrestling reference out, and I was as close as possible, and you had to re-up me by 2.
Dude Love is that you got to be a fan of no Dude Love.
Was sweet.
That Buddy Love, like the Nutty Professor after he drank the potion, like same character?
Dude Love existed before Buddy Love.
Oh, did he now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Buddy Holly was before all of them.
Oh, it's a good song by Weezer.
Ooh, wee, ooh. When we get back from the break, it's the I-9 varsity of dudes to partner with Chuck and Shaq in their post-TNT days.
Sweet.
The boys are live at Rio Bravo Brewery at 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Mike's hot.
League Office 280 at i9sports.com, 505-312-4999. Reach out to i9 Sports. Get your kids into some programs, flag football, soccer, baseball, volleyball, all currently goings-ons. You can reach out today. Tell them 2 Men On sent you. I don't think it gets you a discount or anything, but it's nice to know where your friends are at.
Absolutely.
You know, there are like 2,000 kids in the summer program for i9 Sports this year.
That is so many.
Yeah, it's a ton of kids.
They're doing so well with it, too.
It's our
I'm
i9
impressed.
i9 Varsity of Dudes to partner with Chuck and Shaq and their post TNT talk show. All right. Who would like to go first?
I'll take it.
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead, Zay.
I think an easy first answer. We've seen a little dose of this. Is Kevin Hart.
Ooh.
Kevin Hart would be a great host,
Okay.
Yep.
and I think he's very good at pulling the funny side out of both people, but also being like the alpha of the funny guys at whatever table he's at.
Okay, good answer. And also,
That's a good one.
you can make them all sit in the same size chairs.
Yes.
No, actually.
Van?
Actually, no. I will go with Kevin Hart's Olympic commentating partner, Snoop D-O Double Jizzle.
Oh, okay.
He's already on everything.
Okay, good answer.
It's on everything is either Snoop or Kevin Hart. So if Kevin Hart doesn't get the job, Snoop's going to step in, swoop in immediately, be like, yeah, that's me.
I like that answer a lot.
Thank you.
I'm going to say Ben Shapiro.
Oh, man. All right, coming in hot.
Yeah, I think if we were to put Ben Shapiro partnered there in the sandwich that is Chuck and Shaq, I would not miss a single moment of that show. I believe that it would be very good. Also, I don't believe they would talk about the WNBA, and I'm not interested in seeing that.
Sure.
So there you go. Isaiah?
Give me Dwight Howard.
Okay.
Dwight Howard would be a great mix in there. He's got a lot of beef with Shaq, and I would really want to just see those two. That's really why I would like to see him on there. I'd like to see Dwight and Shaq go face-to-face episode after episode, because it seems like Shaq does a lot of talking, but I haven't seen them really go face-to-face. Shaq's a big
That's a
hater
good
of
one.
Dwight.
This is a good answer.
That's a good one.
And it all really stems from, Shaq didn't want to go on a date. That's what slowed it down. That's what slowed the whole thing down.
Makes sense to me.
Yep, Van?
Next on my I-9 varsity of Chuck and Shaq's partners / co-host, I'm going to go with the aforementioned Cat Williams. I think he would be he would bring an energy that Shaq lacks quite often, and he would keep the energy levels high and be funny and outlandish.
Not bad.
Cat Williams.
Yeah. He already does 4 hours a day. Okay, this guy I'm about to name.
Okay.
Give me Sean Hannity.
Okay.
Okay.
Straight from booth to his booth.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As soon as he wraps up, he needs to start planning his shoot job
Okay.
so that it ends immediately before this show ends, so he can bring that energy to Chuck and Shaq. Give me Sean Hannity.
Okay. That's you're doing a thing over there, buddy.
He reaches millions of Americans on the radio, specifically an audience that doesn't necessarily watch the NBA. This is a very smart move.
Crossover appeal.
Yeah, to bring over the crossover audience.
He's like a uniter, not a divider.
That's what I'm saying. Isaiah?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with known basketball fan, Drizzy Drake. I think Drake needs to shift his career in a different way and take some of the spotlight off rap.
Yeah.
And I think he could introduce himself to a new field, and that could be
Call the show the wrap up.
Yeah.
ooh.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think Chuck and Shaq do the junior WNBA. So he might not be that interested. He might not be interested at all whatsoever.
The Pop Warner.
Yeah.
Van?
What's Caitlin Clark doing during the NBA season?
Booker.
Yeah, just give more Caitlin Clark. That's what we need.
I don't think that's a bad answer. But, if we were going to add a woman, what do we want? The most watched woman in the history of cable news, taking her trademark no-holds-barred political and cultural commentary to the world of the NBA. Give me Laura Ingram, brother.
Laura Ingram.
Put her on the
Okay.
show.
I was going to wonder which blonde Fox News co-host you were going to throw in there.
Candace Owens outside looking in.
Okay.
Oh,
Sorry for you, girl. Sorry for you. Also, the ghost of Rush Limbaugh, if he's available.
AI tech. He's
I used
always
to listen
available.
to Rush. I used to listen to Rush as a little kid.
Was your AM radio broken and stuck on one channel?
Nah, he's funny. He's real funny to listen to.
If you want to listen to someone just as Charlie Kirk,
Oh, man.
he's a space cadet.
My goodness.
Mark Levin's out there as well.
Oh, he's super out there. Dan Bongino's out there. They're all out there.
You got like the racist, bigotest Avengers is what you're doing.
The right now of political radio is better than it's ever been. Like, tune in.
They know how to entertain.
Oh, my God. When we get back from the break, you're supposed to be at training camp, boys. We'll tell you who's not. It's 2 Men on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. I, of course, am Fred Slow. Van Nunley here. Isaiah Johnson back in the studio. Gabe joining us on the program. Let's go.
What up, Gabe?
How's it going, fellas?
Talking a little bit about Rio Bravo Brewery. Talking about what's going on. We're here on a Wednesday, so I get to eat barbecue tonight. Is that how this works?
Yeah, a little brisket today. So we have a good brisket sandwich, and then they do the potato skins with the loaded brisket on there. And
I'm going to do it on air. Can I get it on
Fantastic.
air? I'm going to get it on
absolutely. Just really let everybody know how delicious it is.
Yeah.
air. Pull that right up.
A
in your mouth.
little bit closer to your mouth.
There
Yep.
you go. A
That's
little better.
It's your first
Yeah.
time. It's your
That's
first
okay.
time. You
There
didn't
we
know.
go.
That headset's got a little drippy, boy. So you got to have the touch.
Yeah, that's the one I normally wear when I eat brisket.
So you don't have you just don't microwave it and warm it up. Like you guys smoked this thing all day yesterday
Yeah,
to get it ready for today.
Absolutely. We have a great reverse flow smoker, kind of offset box. And Brian is just a
Reverse
master with
flow.
it.
Do I need to
Yeah.
call my doctor?
Exactly.
We have pellet and propane out back at the house, and it's like a fun.
Oh,
What are you doing? What's that? What are you doing?
you're speaking my love language,
There we
man.
go. Okay, thank you. Is that little Mike Judd right there?
Yeah.
So so we have, and there's always a conversation. Like, what is the best approach?
Oh man.
Because she swears by the pellet,
Yeah.
I swear by the propane. Where's your heart lie?
I'm a charcoal guy.
I was going to say
Oh,
charcoal.
there- what?
Absolutely.
For
yeah.
smoking?
Well, no, for smoking.
Okay.
I guess what the offset smokers seem to kind of be
Yeah. That's
the
so
one.
sick.
But I've heard pellets amazing. I have buddies who just swear by.
Well, if you want to
theirs.
swing by,
It's like
Okay.
a set
Yeah.
it and forget it kind of thing. You
Totally.
get smokers like with apps on your phone. You can just
yeah.
chunk a piece of meat in there and just handle it from your pellet app or whatever it is.
So we,
pellet app.
Sure.
without saying any name brands, we have the one that everyone's familiar with.
Yeah.
And it's like it sounds like a jet engine. It's like crazy
Uh-huh.
how this thing works. Like you just, and here's like, I've never had to plug a grill into the wall. Like this is like
No.
it's in the grid. Like it's-
Computer, basically.
Yeah, I don't-
Absolutely.
I mean, it's
No.
it,
In the
does,
grid.
it does really good.
Cast iron, single port smoker, mesquite, or GTFO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old school. That's the
Wow.
legendary way to do it.
Mesquite. Not
If you try to do pellets in Texas, they will send you
Run you
back to
out.
California. You hippie.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Pellets come in like all flavors and weird stuff too.
Yeah.
And if you like look it up, this is not a barbecue show, I wish it was. But it's like the official brand one that I have, it's like, do not mix flavors of pellets. It's like, why? What are you keeping me from?
Absolutely.
What don't you want me to know?
Dang. We
Voids the
you
warranty.
don't do
Yeah.
an oak pinion
Yeah.
cherry wood tonight?
I think Apple would like that.
Hey-o.
Like, let me get there. Also, like red meats versus like otherwise,
Oh yeah.
like I feel like you can pellet the red meat really well, but on the propane, that's where I'm putting my chickens.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going to put my
Ah,
kebabs.
right,
That's where I'm doing my porks.
Absolutely.
Like, and I don't know if that's a wrong opinion, but it's the one I currently hold.
As a vegan for more than 10 years, pork tenderloin, slow smoke pork tenderloin.
Yeah, it's a special thing.
Unreal, dude. Unreal.
Will you eat lab meat?
Every once in a while.
Like if there was
Doesn't really appeal to
no,
me.
not dog, like grown in a lab.
Oh, not like a
Yeah.
retriever. Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, not really into it. But it's like
It's a little rough.
If one of my friends like harvests an animal himself, like I'm not going to turn it down.
Yeah.
I know the effort it takes to do that.
But if I just
Okay.
stem celled up a bunch of lab grown meat,
Yeah, I'm veggie, not a AH. I'm not an Astro.
I would eat it
Houston.
so fast.
Yeah.
I'm putting already all kinds of terrible stuff into my body according to Europe.
Mhm.
And I feel like if I was just to start eating lab grown meat, that would be fine with me.
Nice ribeye.
Yeah.
Mm.
That was what? Stem cellies 5 minutes ago?
Essentially, yeah.
We had one of our wrestlers show up last month at Historic El Rey for our last show. He'd been out like 8 months, got a knee injury. I'm like, how you doing? How's the rehab? He's like, oh, great, man. Went down to Juarez, got a stem celly put in the knee,
Sweet.
came up. I'm a new man. And I go, why are we fighting this?
Yeah.
like Isaiah's foot could work.
Yeah, when I did actually have it Superstore during the season. I didn't get a stem cell, but he gave me a pain injection. Forgot the name of it. You might be able to
I have no idea.
cook up. Okay, it was a pain injection straight to the toe, and it felt great for like 3 months. And then after the 3 months is over, I slowly felt reality starting to set back in. And they say if you keep doing that, like things like that, that and it could eat away, and it's not very good for you.
And then you got a Dion toe later.
Seriously.
We're in a
slippery slope to Dion toe.
Gabe, you're a big Cowboys fan.
I am not a big Cowboys
Well,
fan.
everyone in Albuquerque.
Yeah.
Is it true that they're not paying Dak Prescott so that he'll leave next year as an unrestricted whatever, so they could draft Shadur Sanders and then bring in Deion Sanders to coach
Deion
the
as
Cowboys?
coach. Oh man,
is that 100% true? Did I just make that up?
Absolutely. It's what the word on the street is. That's what I hear.
Just imagine.
If you're not watching,
deal.
If you're not watching on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, or Instagram Live, I could not slap the smile off of Zay's face right now. He said the Dion and Shadur package. Oh my god! I just heard a big thunk underneath the table back at the studio.
Is that a real conversation people are having? That can't be real.
I
feel like that was made up by me just now.
Oh no! That one's been out there.
It's out there. And Dion said he wants to stay in college, but we all know he wants to coach his son. So if Shadur was to go to Dallas, I could definitely. I mean, just think about it, because if this year doesn't go right, two things that need to happen in order for that scenario to play out would happen. Dak and McCarthy would more than likely both be gone. So we would need a new coach and a new quarterback, and we'd have Shadur Sanders coming fresh out of college. It would just be a matter of, is Jerry willing to make that trade to get up in the draft? Because even the biggest Cowboy hater, we're not going to have a good enough draft pick to draft Shadur if he plays well.
You can always trade Dak.
No, you cannot.
Sign and trade deal.
He may have a no trade clause. I think he's got a no trade clause.
You should take a trade anywhere.
A little slick guy.
Get out of there. So we were here watching the Home Run Derby, Gabe, a couple weeks ago here at the Rio Bravo Brewery. We're having a blast. We're having a blast. We're watching the Home Run Derby, and then the RNC comes on. And so we're watching both. We're watching the RNC and the Home Run Derby. It was so neat to have a continual cheering for the entire time we were here. We would see a big home run and we would cheer. Mm-hmm. We'd see a sweet one-liner, we would cheer. It was as fun as we've had. Do me a little bit and talk about, like, for individuals that maybe haven't been out yet, how you do blend like those like different worlds of individuals that just love beer.
Oh, sure. I mean, we always kind of, beer is beer, you know, it really works for everybody. And so, we really try to reach out to about anybody who drinks beer. We've done stuff for, Mark Ronchetti to drag shows, bingo. I mean, you name it. We really work with everybody. It's so much fun. I mean,
two of those three things are my favorite.
Absolutely. The community's great. They always come out, irregardless of kind of what the event is. And
how's the summer series going?
It's going well. We do we had that, biblical storm for the red light camera one. It was really, I mean, literally I think they'd done their first song and all of a sudden it was 12 feet of rain down here. And
it's a lot.
It was wild. So we're going to redo that one in October. And then the next
rain
one
check,
is,
man.
Nice.
Yeah. A rain check.
Yeah. And then we're doing August 3rd again. So we'll have Twist and Shout, which is like a Beatle cover band that's supposed to be a lot of fun. And
awesome.
So yeah, that should be a really good one.
Do you think a lot of people will come together for that?
Yeah, I think so. The last two have been, have done really well. That's it's a fun group. We have a bunch of vendors in as well. So that's been a lot of fun. And, hopefully one more good one for the year, and just a totally different event than anything we've done before. I mean, we do music Thursdays and Sundays irregardless. So it's been kind of fun mixing it in on the weekend and just seeing a totally different crowd come out kind of for each one.
What's the new drink on tap? What's the new hotness here?
So we put a really good Kolschan, nice,
drinkable.
crisp. Yeah, really, really nice. We just did an amber that we actually put on nitro.
Barbecue?
Oh, that's what I'd suggest.
Thank you.
Yeah, the amber on nitro is really good. So kind of a soft carb, but it really brings out those undertones of that amber. So a little more graham cracker. The bitterness almost kind of leads to a little bit of roast. It's fantastic. So.
Friend of the show and business partner, Duke City Championship Wrestling, Buck, is on the line.
All right, so let me get this straight. Aaron Burnett knows we're at Rio Bravo Brewery. Could very much drive down here. Just called me on my cell phone during the break.
Sounded like he was in the car. He might be on the way there.
He's a downtown boy. He's working right down the street.
Correct.
Right
Yeah, on that corner right
You're
down the
5
street.
minutes away, wherever you are, Buck.
Aaron Burdett, welcome to the show, brother. How are you?
I'm good. You guys were talking about the Cowboys, and I wanted to call and give you my 2 cents.
This should
of course.
be good.
Okay.
So here's the deal.
Oh,
Thanks, Joe.
Dak wants to get paid, right?
Sure.
He wants to get paid. I think he's probably going to want to be one of the highest paid quarterbacks ever.
He's the
Even
11th
though
best
he's
one. He
kind of,
wants to
in
be
my
number
opinion,
one.
at the tail end of his career. But here's the problem. CeeDee Lamb's holding out. Mike Parsons just got paid, and they're going to have to pay CeeDee Lamb. So are they going to pay CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons, or are they going to pay, an aging quarterback and, the other 2 guys? It's not going to happen.
Micah
So I
Parsons
think what they're
doesn't.
going to do is, what's that?
Micah Parsons doesn't have a deal yet, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, he doesn't have a deal yet, but he's about to get paid because the guy's a baller. So it's like, what do? Do you take the 2 young thoroughbreds, or do you take the horse that's almost ready to go out the pasture? Because how long has Dak played?
Well, if we
8 years,
9 years,
10
9.
years?
Yep, 9 years, 8 years.
If we look at the last
Okay.
10 years of the Cowboys, though, Buck, Tony Romo undrafted, Dak Prescott 4th rounder. They think Trey Lance is going to be it. They're not concerned at all.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
me either. I'm on the Shador train.
Yep, I don't know about all that. But anyway, that's all I got for you. See you later, boys.
You're the best, homie.
Cheers, Buck.
Dak Prescott, top 15 quarterback, cannot make the most money. CeeDee Lamb, top 5 wide receiver, could make the most money. Micah Parsons, probably number 1 at that position, could make the most money. That's where it just ends. Like, you can't pay a guy who's top 15 the
Number
most
1
money.
Yeah. These contracts for quarterbacks have just gotten out of control.
Even with Dak playing the second best regular season of the NFL last year, or by far the best year of his career, I've said before, he ended it so sour, and it was a little bit too much of his fault. And you can't push to be the highest paid, but he also has a strong case to think, why would I go and push for a contract that's not the highest paid? So I think he's in the right for going out there and he's practicing and he's not holding out, which I think puts a lot of water on the fire. But Dak's going to go out and play. I think you have to get CeeDee and Micah done because I think Micah might hold out, but CeeDee's holding out, and we need CeeDee this year. So he's by force going to get his money first.
One perfectly good Cooper Rush sitting there the whole time. Your franchise quarterback is sitting right there in the locker room.
Okay, before we let you go one last time, what's going on at Rio Bravo Brewery?
Come on by for some great barbecue, a couple really good beer releases.
Yeah.
And then, next Saturday we'll do that 3rd part of the summer series.
Boom.
Super sweet. There you have it.
Guys, thank you so much as always.
Whenever we get back from the break, holdouts. It's tuning on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Channel. Welcome back to 2 Men On. Welcome back to Rio Bravo Brewery. Is it holdouts or hold-ins? How does this work during training camp?
Where is this taking place? Is it a Texas Hold'em?
Is that a Beyonce reference?
Always. I slip in one a show if you haven't noticed.
It was weird all those times you asked me to put a ring on it. Now I get it.
It's the Olympic season.
Brandon Ayuk, he's there, but he's wearing his streetsies. So I'm just gonna hang out, boys.
Breaking news. Dallas Cowboys trade Dak Prescott for Brandon Ayuk straight up.
No, they have
double
a
sign and
quarterback.
trade deal.
They have Brock Purdy.
I know the Cowboys already have a quarterback. His name's Cooper Rush.
Brock Purdy beat Dak Prescott in the playoffs 2 years ago, and then Dak Prescott lost to training camp holdout Jordan Love last year.
It's because the Niners had a better left tackle. Oh, wait.
Oh, not right now.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Maybe they don't.
I want to hit on this quickly. I don't want to overreact to it, but I'm going to say this. It is weird to me that Brandon Ayuk is wearing the old school iPod headset. The earbud in, wired down. Like everyone can tell you're not paying attention. Your beanie's not accidentally. So maybe he's trying to not look like a Trump supporter. I don't really know.
Warm.
But yeah, like why are you wearing this beanie, brother? Like, and are you in 2001 in an iPod commercial dancing?
So, as far as like music listening goes, I'm a big analog guy. I like my records plugged directly into the headphones. It makes a difference sonically. It doesn't matter if you're plugging in your pods into an iPhone. That doesn't make a difference whatsoever. This is a stylistic choice.
He thinks he looks cool. He doesn't look cool. He looks a fool.
At least he's on the sidelines, though. I take that as a positive. It's a positive. It's basically what that does is it protects you from getting heat from your team. So it's like, look, guys, I love you guys. I'm here with you. I want to win with you guys, but there's a business that needs to be handled.
Is there heat with that stuff? Because I kind of have always felt from the pros that I've ever known that they get the business side and there's zero heat.
A lot of them do, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's heatless.
But when you're the star of the team, I think it's a little.
Oh, Brock Purdy.
Also, no contract is the actual length of the contract because every player holds out in the last year of their contract now. There's no more prove it, take a chance on yourself. You're the best in the business. I'm going to work my bleep off all year so I can get this big money in free agency. It's like, no, I want it now.
It's because these guys feel like they're outplaying their contract. They feel like it's that back pay word again. I learned about it this year, but I guess it's real. Like they feel like you need to pay me for the future, and also I was giving you this much production, and you're only paying me $3 million a year for the past 3 years.
It's been true in baseball for a lot of years.
Yeah,
for a lot of years in baseball.
That's done.
Yeah, that is done now because you're getting paid before arbitration in baseball. The problem with the NFL is their union is so stupid weak, so they don't set up their players entering the league for success. 5-year contracts are too long for rookies. Most NFL careers are not past that length of time. You need like a 2-year or a 3-year something based on performance. Games started. I don't care. Also, they try to manipulate that if that was true.
Of course it is.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, there's something to that.
I think 2 years good.
Speaking of wide receivers, CeeDee Lamb, he's the only guy on this list that we're talking about that actually deserves to be the highest paid at the position. He's a top 5 guy. I would understand if you made number 1 money. But the Cowboys are tanking for Shakur.
Just let him walk so he can get the whole Sanders family. Oh, that'd be wild.
CD will get paid because he's holding out. I love it because I'm not very happy with their front office either. I think someone needs to light the smoke under their chair, we'll say, or put them on the hot seat. Because CD's a big part, and we already now say we went out and drafted like a big time running back or signed a big time running back.
Those things don't exist anymore.
Yeah, this is true. But Derrick Henry was there, and we didn't get him. And he even said he was expecting us to go for him. Now, if we had him, then maybe I could see why Dallas would sit back and be like, "Oh, well, we got we've got somebody that can carry our offense. But with CD saying I'm not playing unless you pay me, I mean, Dallas has absolutely no shot. Like, even without the running back, it was hard. But without CD, there's no shot.
Everybody in the Cowboys front office and every Cowboy fan knows that CD will get paid. He's a top 5 talent. He deserves his money. But if Dak Prescott actually wants to win and be a Cowboys legend, he has to sign a team-friendly deal, and he should have done it months ago. Took a little bit above market value. Oh, my God, how does Tom Brady do it every year? They always sign these 2 guys for cheap, and they win Super Bowls. It's such a mystery how he does it. No, he takes less money. If Dak Prescott would have signed a team-friendly deal, they could have had Derrick Henry. They could have had a number 2 wide receiver. They could have had some help on the defensive line. They could have signed those 3 positions for the money that they would have saved with Dak Prescott.
I'd like to have seen him do what LeBron did. Just imagine if he said, look, if you tell me that you're going to get a Derrick Henry or somebody to help me out, I'll take a team-friendly deal. But if you're going to ask me to throw for $350 a game and then blame me if I don't throw for $300 and we lose, I'm not taking a pay cut.
Well, if you think that the Dallas Cowboys front office is on the hot seat, I'm going to tell you that Jordan Love sat on the seat for 2 years, and it makes this seem too soon for but it is not. He's in the final year of his deal. He's continuing the lineage of Green Bay Packer quarterbacks, including Bart Starr and Aaron Rodgers and no one else. He is the guy in Green Bay, and he came to camp to say, I'm here. You can see me, but you can't see me play.
Well, I mean, there's been public statements by the Packers organization how unique this situation is. It's not like the CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Ayuk situation where you're holding out for more money. The news came out that Jordan Love is at the facility. He's going to meetings. He's going to indoor stuff, but he's not practicing until he gets a new deal. And instead of a collective, oh my God, what are the Packers nation doing over there? The Packers are like, oh yeah, we know. We're at the other side of the table. This was our idea.
Mm-hmm.
We want this to happen.
And it's believable at least.
Yeah, we want to extend him. He's sitting across from us. He's not sitting somewhere in a dark room pouting. This is mutual. That's the difference in between all these other holdouts.
Yeah, I agree. It's believable with the Packers. The Cowboys, they try to do the same thing, but no one believes it.
Skipping past Hassan Reddick for now because I don't super care. Tua's there, but he's kind of doing the same thing Jordan Love's doing.
Yeah.
I mean,
really?
He proved that he can play. He proved that his brain works. He's done all the things that you set him up to fail at.
Yeah.
Hand that man a bag full of money.
I think he's in a better position than Dak Prescott because he's younger and he seems to be a sprinkle more talented. Led the league in yards last year, led the league in completion percentage 2 years ago. He's got the weapons there. Pay him and move forward.
What I can say for Tua is I do think the way he handled when everybody was saying he should not be playing, sit him, he's going to be mush brain if he keeps getting hit. I think he showed that he will put his body on the line and that he will put the team first. So I think just based off toughness, you got to give him his money and for an apology for putting him in that position to go out there and get injured.
That last part's the most correct part. Because, and I get it. Guys believe that players are playing to win games, but I'm telling you, they're playing to get paid. And he's done everything he should do to get paid.
Right.
And there were conversations in the back of the house that said, if you do these things at the end of this rainbow of destruction, you will have a giant bags of money. Give it to him or you're a lying organization.
In every NFL front office's defense, playing a little bit of hardball is par for the course.
Mm-hmm.
You have to. You can't just immediately cash a check. It's not every situation is Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars or oh my God, we magically have a guy here, give him a blank check. It's you have to play a little bit of hardball, and no matter what, the Dolphins are going to get their money back. Because if you think with the air quotes brain mush Tua stuff that's going on, if you think that's a factor, it's not, because he's going to be insured to the gills. If they sign this big contract, they're going to insure all that guaranteed money. And if he's not there playing, they're going to get it all back for a huge monthly premium. Gigantic monthly premium.
Maybe that's what's taking so long to get the deal done. He's looking at it wait, no. What do you mean I give it all back if I get hurt?
$55 million is what he deserves. Trent Williams as we return to the 49ers, is sitting out. If you're not going to pay the quarterback, he said, you better pay me.
Yeah.
And he's going to keep that quarterback safe for one more season. He's older than I think we think, too. He's got to be in his late 30s.
He's been around a long time. He's been the best in the biz for a long time.
Did he say that for real?
No, he didn't. No,
Oh,
that's-
that's in his ballpark to say that.
Yeah,
that's why I
that's-
was going straight to Google.
yeah, that's some stuff I made up that I wouldn't be surprised.
Uh-huh. It's something close to that.
Yeah.
He said it. He said it behind the scenes.
Also, in news that I do not care about, I want to be very clear here. Alvin Kamara is with the Saints, and they should have cut him a long time ago.
How's he even been like? I haven't heard his name in a few seasons. It feels like.
Yes, because he's been suspended for antics.
This would make a lot of sense.
With
and
where
that's
I grew up, with what he did, no one would be letting him walk around.
Yeah,
Like, I'm real confused
sure.
on how he is still this guy.
I'm trying to see here.
The court of law is wildly separate than the court of public opinion.
He's
If you got a little gray area in the court of public law, then you could make that story not as bad.
a public opinion.
But here's the thing: there is video.
Yeah.
The video's never going away.
Hassan Reddick said, if you don't pay me, I'll sit out. He is sitting out. He will be back by September the 8th or whatever the first day of the
Yeah.
season is, September 1. I don't know when it is. But he'll be back by that day, so don't worry about him.
And he's good for 8 to 10 sacks minimum, bare minimum.
Well,
Hassan Reddick.
The New Jersey Jets lead the league in continual unnecessary stories,
Yeah.
and this is one of them.
So good at it.
All-time leader, actually. Says me.
I was,
Oh, go
you know,
ahead.
not too long after I was watching some things about people talking about Jordan Love and the Jets. And number one, people are saying Jordan Love needs to be highest paid in the league.
Sure.
That's like a trend, and I didn't believe so, but I guess the trend is like, look, this guy deserves to be number one paid. So I think he may be going for number one paid. What do you think about that, Van?
There's no way. The Packers don't do that.
They don't do it?
No. They're not highest paid position guys. They never do that. They've done it once, and his name was Reggie White. It's the only one they've ever done.
Understandable.
Even
and then
Chuck Woodson even like signed for a team discount because he wanted to be there. Like they don't do that.
And then I'm guessing the Jets have one of the best rosters, and they're expected to be like an actual legitimate Super Bowl favorite.
They're my Super Bowl favorite this year.
God,
As weird as it is to say that,
They got on paper the best defense in the league in a few years.
like Jets over Bills is like a big trend right now. And Mr. Cascio would not like to hear that, but
When
Jets over Bills and Chiefs and Ravens, everyone this year. I'm jumping on that bandwagon. I don't care how weird their quarterback is. He is good, and the defense is good. No, the Jets. Also the Ravens.
Our 66 Diner Blue Plate Special of the day comes from the Olympics, man. Whenever we get back, it's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. It's the blue plate special of the day. 669er. Retro Eats on Route 66, Van.
I love that place so much.
So good. 505-247-1421. You can go to the 669er at 1405 Central Avenue. You know, it's right down there on Central, Van, by the highway.
Can't miss it.
Open till 9 p.m. daily. The weekends, 10 p.m. Doors open every day at 11. Okay, Van, here's our blue plate, our 669er blue plate special moment of the day.
Okay.
All the Canadian Olympic committees all the Canadian soccer staff has been fired because they were flying drones over other teams' practices and they were caught. And the Olympic Committee is sorry, and they're sorry to New Zealand, and everyone is fired.
So
That's special.
that is a very special moment for Canada. It's like the least Canadian thing I've ever heard in my life.
Sorry now.
Oh, goodness. We're going to get on this podium here, and we're going to say we're sorry.
We don't want to drone about it, but we had a drone over you
We
now.
took the game of soccer a little too seriously, and from the bottom of our hearts, I'd like to say sorry.
Sorry, Phil.
So, real talk, my friends.
Yep.
As a guy who respects the career of Bill Belichick and who is a unapologetic Astros fan,
Mm-hmm.
Canada, you're welcome for having a team that cares about you and cares about medaling in the Olympics so much that they're willing to cheat and fight disgrace and utter disregard from the whole world just to please you.
How'd you get your gold medal there, Van? I was the drone operator.
Hey,
Gosh.
it's a gold medal. I'm gonna melt it down and make another drone here.
Now, we're all about fair play, but also we're about fair air. We want to get up there, fly it around. New Zealand's got to be like, what is going on?
Yeah,
Like, do we have to play? Like, do they cancel? Like,
for sure.
Also, this is women's. Let's be really clear.
It's women's.
It's women's.
Yeah,
Okay.
which in USA they're the good ones. They're the ones we cheer for the most. As far as soccer goes, they're our leading team in that sport.
Their basketball team is probably the second best basketball team, too. Like their men's team. They're probably cheating somehow. I'm just going to assume all Canadians are cheating at summer games.
Yeah, organizationally, like there's some problems there. What are they doing?
Also, there's a bunch of Kiwis out there that are like, they would have beat us anyways. Like, ugh.
What's that up there, you think? You got a wombat? Hand me your boomerang there. I'm going to kill that flying wombat up there. Oh, is that a drone?
You call that a drone?
It's not a drone.
This is a drone.
I'll show you a drone right there.
Oh, gosh. They made him leave the country. They're like, you're not allowed to be here anymore.
You have to leave France. You're such a disgrace. Not even the French will let you stay here.
What would you like? You'd have to get us something on the way out. Like, we're not so nice after all, are we?
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
You gotta have like a parting something. Like, let them know. Yeah. That's a Route 66. Or excuse me, that's 669er blue plate special story of the day.
I love it so much.
Just unnecessary. Just wildly.
People want to win in the Olympics so bad.
Also, there's
bad.
Also, there's this story about Kevin Pete, who's a paraplegic since an accident, and he made history today by carrying the Olympic flame with an exoskeleton. But I thought that's not as special.
No. Canada being jerks is a way better story. Is that the guy in the robo-skeleton? Is he the one that's handing it to Snoop Dogg to carry it the rest of the way?
Did that happen?
Yes, Snoop Dogg is carrying the torch for the United States of America. This timeline is insane.
I don't understand where we are currently at in life.
If he lights a blunt with the Olympic torch, he's even more of a legend than he already is. I was going to say he's going to be a legend, but how can Snoop not already be a legend? He's going to get blazed with the Olympic torch. I guarantee it.
Jaden Ulrich is a track and field athlete in the Olympics. She's going to throw the discus, and she's a shot putter, and she's awesome. And 8 years ago, she worked for me at the municipal swimming pool in St. Louis, Missouri.
So what?
Yeah, so reached out to her team. So just heads up, we are going to have an Olympian on the program that I just happen to know personally that is going to tell us about what the experience in Paris is like. So whenever I reached out, they were like, after she competes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were like,
Keep
after
the focus.
Yeah, so they were like, after she competes, we got you. Cool.
Yeah.
So just anyways, keep your eye on Jaden Ulrich. Shot put. She's awesome.
Yeah.
Throws the discus. But
Friends of the show, I'll ruin this for you. I'm already going to tell you my first question.
Yes.
Could you hit a Canadian drone with a discus?
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Was Fred a good boss?
Oh, no. We know the answer to that
The
one. Let's
answer is-
skip that one.
The answer is no. She's got a wild story, but that'll be fun to get like a firsthand, what it's like for an Olympian in Paris that isn't LeBron James.
Right.
That'd be a cool thing. Also, I hear Paris is super gross. Did you see?
What?
Yeah, you see Australia's van got broken into today and like all their equipment got stolen. Did you see any of this? It was like the skateboarders or whatever.
The skateboarders?
Yeah, I'm not joking.
You know how cheap skateboard equipment is?
I'm gonna shoot you straight, brother. I don't.
It's not expensive. It's a piece of wood.
I think you have a helmet too.
Ah.
Don't forget the knee pads.
Yeah, the little wrist guards.
Do Olympians have to wear protective equipment?
Elbow pads.
Probably for the children, right? For the children. You have to wear knee pads and elbow pads and a helmet.
I know X
So
Games
children
does.
will do it.
All right, update. It wasn't Paris. They were in Belgium. Guess they got lost. It's just like
Well, they're basically French there, too.
Basically. Tomato.
French adjacent.
The Australians are not French adjacent.
The Belgians are French
Ah.
adjacent.
yeah.
The Australians are Kiwi adjacent.
I don't know what words are derogative in Australian, so I don't know what is safe to. I said Kiwi earlier, assuming
Yeah.
it was safe.
Yeah, Kiwi's fine.
Yeah.
We can't say the term of endearment that Australians use all the time
No.
on this program.
Can't say that. We can't.
It
talk,
has a different meaning
Yeah.
here than it does there.
We can't talk about
We're not saying that right.
the term for individuals who lived in Australia before Britain
Yeah.
showed up. Can't do that.
It rhymes with what football teams do on 4th and long.
Correct.
Yeah.
They all like. There's a lot of like Aussie.
I'm over here putting the pieces together.
Thanks, Zay.
There's a lot of Aussie lingo. Like, I don't. Like, if I were to eat like a little Hershey's candy from a bowl,
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Oh, give me that little chalky boy."
Uh-huh.
If an Australian says that about someone,
Yeah.
it's a different thing.
Wildly different.
You don't.
That's they call that.
Hey, over there, we call that a didgeridoo.
Yeah, that's very correct. Ugh.
That is correct.
When you have these big events like Olympics or whatever,
Mm.
you know what also goes to these big events? People that want to capitalize off ignorance at them.
Oh
Do
yeah.
not leave things in your car
Oh,
anywhere
for
in the whole
sure.
world
Yeah,
Like-
there's criminals everywhere.
all the time, every day.
Not
Oh.
here in Albuquerque.
Oh, I can't believe my laptop was stolen out of my back seat when I left my laptop in my back seat. What? Is you dumb?
Oh, thank God we're out of Sydney where there's no crime anymore.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, it's terrible. over
everywhere.
there.
Mhm.
It's
I almost went
everywhere,
there.
bro.
I almost went there.
Oh my
one time.
God, Albuquerque has so much crime. This is a average American metropolis. Get over
But
it.
there are a bunch of countries that are identified by the definition of first to third. By the way, Isaiah, no second world country since the USSR went under.
Mhm.
Conversation for another time.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of third world countries right now are like, psst. So you say De Janeiro's bad.
Uh-huh.
Like, there's a
for
bunch
sure.
of that.
Uh-huh.
We got one final one where we get back, and I believe it's our prize picks. Man,
Ooh.
I put in a lineup. You put in a lineup.
Ooh, your
Isaiah,
boy's
do you have any
sitting
money left
pretty.
in your account?
I do. I didn't withdraw the last amount. I'm gonna keep on breaking it out 5 by 5.
What happened to you paying your bills with your prize picks winning?
Oh yeah, well the credit card, it was already
Okay.
paid off. You know, I had a nightmare. My credit dropped 50. Woke up, checked it, bumped up 15.
Yeah, baby.
Ah.
Let's go.
Thanks to Prize Picks.
No.
That's not how. That's not how your credit score goes up.
Promo code KNML on your Prize Picks out. We will match you up to $100 for Fundo whenever we get back. 2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610 live from Rio Bravo Brewery, the sports animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On live from Rio Bravo Brewery. Just had a nice friend of the show come over. Little League World Series right around the corner.
Yeah, creeping up that time of the year.
So New Mexico will be represented out there with Team Roadrunners. Let's go.
We got a team, and we got 3 umps, apparently. That's awesome.
Yeah, locals.
The friends of the show vibe is real, boys. Earlier today, I was getting some food, and the guy asked me where I worked, and I said I work at the radio station. I produce a show. He said, what station? He said 95.9. Another one of the listeners, one of the workers said, hold on, I listen to that station. I said, yeah, 2 Men On. He said, so you're Zay Johnson? I said, yes, I am.
Friends of the show.
I didn't know we had celebrities in here. Said, that's me. That's me. Yeah, my first celebrity experience in Albuquerque.
Well, from a stranger. I mean, I know for a fact you got into Duke City Championship Wrestling for free last Friday.
Yeah.
So there's your VIP status. My prize pick today has been Booty, Van. This is the first day
It's a bummer, man.
that I have missed in some time. Also, due to poor planning this morning, and I'm going to claim head being a little cloudy. Forgot to play some lineups early.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean you can't, friend of the show. So you can start your day tomorrow with us, promo code KNML, matching up to $100 of your first deposit. You're basically playing with our money. I'm out of the mix today. What do you got at lineup, Van?
Your boys crushing it. My success and prize picks today lies squarely on the shoulders of New York Yankees ace Garrett Cole.
Has that game started?
It has started.
Okay.
Okay, I got 4 lineups open, and one of them I need him to get 18 pitching outs.
That's all right.
Ooh.
One of them I need him to get 6 strikeouts. 2 of them I need him to get 7 strikeouts. So if Garrett Cole goes 6 innings and gets 7 strikeouts, your boy crushes today. I will be successful in 4 out of 5 lineups.
Okay, 4 out of 5.
Yeah. But as you know, us 3 and young Jake Cassio, I put a lot of horror stories in that text thread. So come on, Garrett Cole, don't be my next victim of my text venting to the rest of 2 Men On.
Because I'm not a winner today, I'm going to hit the MLB Live.
Ooh, smart.
I don't normally play it, but I'm going to play it.
It's fun.
Robbie Ray, Tyler Glasnow, Michael Waka, Nathan Evaldi, and Chris Flexen are all pretty good pitchers. They're all very good. And it's 1 and 2 innings for all of them except for Flexen and Glasnow. That's 1, 2, 3. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take more than 2 strikeouts for Flexen in 3 innings. I think that's doable.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
I'm good with that one.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be a push or a win.
I agree. Evaldi, I'm going to take less than 2 strikeouts over 2 innings.
I think that one's gonna be a push or a win for you.
Michael Waka, 1.5 strikeouts. I'm going to take more over 2 innings.
Okay. Arizona doesn't strike out a ton. I might skip that bad boy.
All right, I'm going to go less. Tyler Glasnow, 4 strikeouts over 3 innings. I'm going to go less.
Okay, I like that. I think it's going to be a push or a win on that one.
And then Robbie Ray, 2 strikeouts over 2 innings versus the Dodgers. Definitely taking a less there.
Now, careful, my friend.
Yes.
Robbie Ray is a strikeout champ.
All right, more.
But this just so happens to be
less.
his first game back from Tommy John surgery. And his first game back from Tommy John surgery is going to be on the road against the Dodgers. I wouldn't be confident in that one either.
All right, I just put another lineup out there to save my day. Because I refuse to be a loser ever.
You got to have a day, baby.
Got to have one. Josh Sushan is going to join us after the break. He's over at Ice Toast Park. Heartbreaker last night. The Ice Toast. We'll talk to Josh about that. It's 2 Men On from Rio Bravo Brewery. I'm going to hang out and eat barbecue and drink beer after this. Also, I got a little bit of computer work to do, and that's my favorite way to do it. Continually cleaning off my keyboard keys of barbecue sauce.
Excellent. They got wet wipes here.
2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
The Albuquerque Isotopes currently trail 0-1 in the series, first Round Rock, after surrendering 3 runs in the 9th inning. Tough loss for the good guys yesterday. Joining us on the program, Josh Sushan.
Hey, good evening, guys.
Hello, friend. That was a tough 9th inning for the boys last night.
Cell phones are not our friend right now. I heard something about last night.
Tough
and
9th
that last
inning.
night did not go well in the 9th inning.
Say more.
You know what's interesting about last night's game, boys, is that, okay, well, you know, we get wind here in Albuquerque, and sometimes you see a bunch of wind, and you're like, wow, that's really going to impact the game. But as it turns out, it doesn't really impact the game. And then sometimes if it does get super windy, it's because there's rain that's coming, and then, you know, the game gets delayed or whatever happens because of the wind and the rain. And then you play the game and the wind's not a factor. The last night was one of those rare times when it was super windy. It did not lead to any rain whatsoever, and it had a massive impact on the game. There was multiple balls that I think might have been a double or a triple, maybe a home run, that were caught. There was a ball that I thought might have been like a line drive out. It was a home run. There was a foul ball that was missed by 10 feet because of the wind. There was a blooper that looked like it was going to end the game, but the wind blew it back to home. The Isotopes couldn't make the catch, and that prolonged the game. And so it just felt like the wind was constantly wreaking havoc in yesterday's game. And look, both teams have to play with it, and, you know, the Chopes lost. It's a really frustrating loss. It looks like a game you got won in the 9th inning. You know, they had a couple of chances to win it, couldn't turn a double play, couldn't catch a blooper. Wind didn't help. So all in all, just, you know, a really rough night for the boys.
Do you think it being Dollar Dog Night played any factor at all in falling off at the end?
Are you making a joke about things that come out of people's bodies when they eat a lot of hot dogs and how that might have ended up on the field? Is that what you're trying to say?
That is not what I was insinuating. Did they have too many dogs in the dugout is what I was asking.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, it was a dog-free dugout, as far as I can tell.
Now, Josh, the real important, we don't know if you've seen this yet because it only happened like an hour ago. The benches cleared between the Rockies and Red Sox today. Now, why did this take so long? Is this a holdover from 07?
Yeah, you know, everybody who was out on that field today in the year 2024 was also out on that field in the 2007 World Series. So, yeah, I mean, you know, people have long memories.
How many times have you seen benches clear, and can you give us any cool tips on how to do it?
Cool tips or like safe tips?
Both.
Yes.
We want to win, but we want to do it flawlessly.
Well, I mean, the safest tip is you find someone on the other team who's your friend, and you just grab each other, right? And then you're just like, okay, you don't do anything, I don't do anything. Yeah. Okay, this way it looks like we're involved, but yet we're going to make sure that we don't get hurt, right? So that's the safest way to do it. We've had a couple of ugly ones with the Isotopes. We had one in 2013. Topes were playing Memphis, and it actually looked like that it was like my famous words on the broadcast. I said, it looks like cooler heads are going to prevail.
Whoop.
Here come the guys from the bullpen. Now, remember, they go down the steps. It's the same entrance and exit for both guys. So they go down the steps. They go running out from the bullpen out to the fracas, side by side. And then one of the pitchers on the Isotopes just sort of like jumps on the top of the pile, throws a haymaker, and it's 25 minutes of bedlam.
That's a good day. You got your money's worth that day, Isotopes fans.
And then we had another one in 2014. We were in Reno, and Arizbel Arua Moreno, who was on a rehab assignment, took an extremely long time, like longer than Jose Siri, to go around the bases in a blowout
reference.
when he's on a rehab assignment. And the next day, there was still a lot of upset feelings. They basically tried to hit him multiple times. They missed. Then the catcher bumped into him, and then it was just a full-on like Jordan Pacheco was playing for Reno at the time. He's currently the Isotopes hitting coach. He was on a rehab assignment. He's chasing around Arua Barrena.
Nice.
At one point, a bunch of the players were up against the netting, and the fans were like pushing the players back onto the field. There was this old guy who you can hear in the video. He keeps yelling, "You guys should be ashamed of yourself. You guys are a bunch of baseball players. You should be ashamed of yourselves." I remember Sean Figgins was with the Isotopes at the time. He was like a week or two from getting 10 years of Major League service time. He sat in the dugout. He refused to move because he thought the whole thing was stupid. We had the strength and conditioning coach had a dislocated shoulder and was out for the rest of the year. We had other people who were like went on the injured list because of that. I mean, it was a disaster. It was just a complete and total disaster.
Hey, you can take the hitting coach out of Burke, but you can't take the Burke out of the hitting coach. Go Jordan. If I was ever in this situation, Shoosh, now hear me out. I would just throw on the catcher's gear and go out there like a maniac and take on anybody.
Well, that takes a while to put on the gear, though.
For you, maybe.
All right. I remember another time in my newspaper writing days. I remember I was covering the A's, and they were playing the Rangers, and the Rangers bullpen got into it with like some A's fans. And of course, that's like the same area as the Black Hole football section is.
Sure.
Totally different fans, totally different circumstances. But of course, if there's any area of an A's game that's going to get into a brouhaha with the bullpen, it's the area that's also the Black Hole for football. And I think there was like a chair, like one of the bullpen guys for the Rangers threw a chair into the stand. So that was a mess too. That didn't even involve the A's. That just involved the Rangers and some fans.
Now, as much as benches clearing is disastrous and it's embarrassing and it's lowbrow and it's all those things as it relates to the game, once you speed it up a little bit and put Benny Hill music on it,
so good.
It's the best thing you've ever seen, right?
So good.
Yeah, man. You know what's interesting is like there used to be like some crazy brawls. Like there was this play between the Yankees and Royals where like George Brett, this was in the playoffs. George Brett slides into third base for a triple, gets up and just starts throwing punches at Greg Nettles. And they're just like wildly throwing punches at each other. And then they break it up and they're like, all right, game on. Nobody ejected, like nothing at all like that. I saw this clip on my social media feed yesterday where somebody lays a bunt down. Rob Dibble's upset, fields the bunt. Instead of just throwing to first base, he runs into the baseline so that he can chuck the baseball as hard as he can at the guy who just bunted the ball. His teammates are looking at him like he's crazy. He's trying to say, like, why'd I get ejected, man? There's been some wild ones over the years. There was another one with, like, Lenny Randall. Lenny Randall's like in the 70s. This is actually what set up the 10-cent beer night brawl, is that he bunts up the first base line intentionally so that when the pitcher goes to field it, he can just veer off and just tackle the pitcher because he was upset with him.
Has there ever been a bigger?
70s baseball was wild.
It was wild. Kept going throughout decade after decade because I don't think I've ever seen a bigger age and weight disparity in between Pedro Martinez and Don Zimmer. Has there ever been a mismatch of those proportions?
How about Robin Ventura versus Nolan Ryan?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Tim Anderson versus anyone.
Who was the guy who got straight blocked?
That was Tim Anderson.
Odor, who threw the punch that just totally knocked somebody out, right?
Jose Batista.
There you go.
I don't understand.
I think someone did a mural of that in Dallas.
That's so funny.
Jose Ramirez punched the career out of Tim Anderson.
That happened to Jason LaRue. Johnny Cueto kicked him in the head. Jason LaRue's career was over.
Yeah.
Like he got like a settlement. It was like a whole thing. Why don't these teams, like when their bullpens are in the outfield, why don't they stop in the outfield and fight each other?
Two separate fights.
Yeah, two separate fights.
The Eastern and Western front.
That's what we need. Also, not to put more punchlines on this, the player for the Red Sox was Reese McGuire. And the last time we heard his name in the news.
I remember that guy.
Yeah, that's what Cal Quantrill yelled at him, right?
That's some are claiming that's that he.
Well, I did see some video on my social media feed where, if you read lips, it sure looks like he is addressing the parking lot situation that involved him.
I think he was saying you can't hack it here.
No.
Try to work that into the broadcast.
He's a real jerk.
Josh, who's on the pregame?
Who is on the pregame? Same guy who was one of the segments in your show yesterday, Ryan Zimmerman. We want to make sure we get the word out to people that Ryan Zimmerman's going to be part of Home Run Derby X. And also tomorrow is when we find out what local participants will be in it.
Oh, we already said it was me. Is that supposed to be under wraps?
I'm going to bet some serious money, friends of the show, that it is not Fred. But I guess we'll find out tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. if it is Fred or not.
Your body's like a coil, man, with the bat. That's the whole thing.
That's what they say,
like
Fred.
A coil.
That's totally what they say.
Keep your elbow up.
Nope, you don't do that. Don't do that.
It's like swinging a golf. I want it low at my ankles. That's my plan. So did you do one-on-one, or is this from the press conference?
It's from the presser.
So the presser was
flying
good.
When you guys did the presser. I was somewhere between Sacramento and Albuquerque.
I thought the presser was good. Ryan Zimmerman, not afraid of a microphone.
Good. That's what you want.
I think also if I'm like a guy who can do whatever I want, this is the stuff I'm picking.
Oh, dude.
Like, he could be on MLB Network. He could be doing all those things. And he's like, you know what I'm going to do? Go crack some dingers down in the land of Manana. Thank you. Sorry, so you're running that first pitch tonight, 6:35. And then what do the Ice Tubes got to do to win a game? Like, what is holding them back right now?
Man, they ran into some really good pitching in Sacramento, and then they had a bad ninth inning yesterday. They got to put together 9 innings, right?
Yeah.
They need a combination of hitting home runs, but also scoring runs when you're not hitting home runs, and they got to catch the ball. I feel like the first 6-8 weeks of the season, defense really, really let the team down. For the most part, your defense is never going to be perfect, but I feel like that's gotten much better. And so they just got to put together a complete 9 innings.
I mean, you kind of lost the momentum from the All-Star break, right?
Got to get it back.
Got to get it back, baby.
Got to get it back.
We hand it over
tonight.
We hand it over to the Ice Tubes Media Network after this. Josh, thank you so much.
All right, talk to you guys tomorrow.
He's so nice.
Best in the biz, baby.
Van and I are here at Rio Bravo Brewery. We're going to hang out for a little bit. Isaiah, good job today.
Thank you. Take your cold showers.
Van, final words?
Too much of the time allotted, my friend, but anything we didn't cover, which is ample, make sure you check out tomorrow morning on the opening drive with Jeff and JJ.
Good job, everyone. Keep breathing.
See you tomorrow, Burke.